Jobs, 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 the ultimate cure to nearly all of the country's economic woes. And the government touts at least 3 million work opportunities, especially in infrastructure projects next year. In line with the 3 priorities in the Philippine Labor and Employment Plan for 2023 to 2028. That includes quality jobs, respect for workers' rights, and the creation of fair and equal social protection for all. Our Alan Francisco tells us more.
Right now kasi on 2023 we are now implementing a total capital outlay budget of about more than 800 billion pesos, no. And we are implementing siguro mga about 70,000 big and small contracts all over the country. So you can just imagine the labor force that we need in terms of skilled and technical people. So sabi ko nga, now we are generating, I think, a total of, siguro ang requirement namin dito na threshold program namin is almost about more than 3 million labor force. That will be comprising of skilled and unskilled people, no, on a year-to-year basis.
More than 3 million workers will be needed for infrastructure projects in the country next year. This is what DPWH Secretary Manuel Bonoan brought for presentation at a sectoral meeting this morning presided by President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. There are 3 priorities in the Philippine Labor and Employment Plan 2023 to 2028. The Department of Labor and Employment presented to President Marcos. First is to provide quality jobs to Filipinos. Second, respecting workers' rights. And third is equal social protection for all. According to the DOLE, more than 75,000 jobs will be created in the energy sector, care of investments from the different countries visited by President Marcos. The DOLE has been in contact with the DTI and the Energy Department regarding this.
Ito yung dapat na yung buod ng aming presentasyon na kung saan ay malaking bahagi nga nabanggit mo yung may kinalaman sa trabaho sa ating infrastruktura, bukod pa dun sa pinakita namin na magiging kontribusyon ng iba-ibang mga departamento kasama ang turismo, ang agrikultura at saka yung ating pong BPO sector. So yun po yung medyo buod ng aming presentasyon kanina sa sectoral meeting.
I think they have quoted actually the total amount of about 180 billion pesos. But this is, yung amount na yan is distributed all over the country. And I think they are ongoing and they are on track actually. Wala namang, and we doon sa kasi sa budget namin we have 2 years actually to implement all these projects, so these are online naman. I can admit that there are some projects that have been delayed actually naman, maliliit lang naman, but most of them are ongoing right now, no. You cannot just avoid actually kasi yung flood control projects in some areas actually meron naman mga issues on right of way, yung acquisition ng areas, and some of the weather disturbances and things like this.
Meanwhile, Secretary Bonoan also assured the public that government's flood control projects are on track for completion. President Marcos has instructed the DPWH to ultimately resolve the perennial flooding in Bulacan and Pampanga, such as elevating the bridge along the North Luzon Expressway and the long-term solution of constructing or building a water impounding system in Candaba, Pampanga to solve flooding in Central Luzon. Alan Francisco for The Nation.